Hello everyone, I'm Zelda Kelly with Seeing Crime, and today, well, we're going to talk about the Paul O'Keefe and family lawsuit. C.F. McCarthy's has filed a response, and they're saying, nah, we're not having it. We want a jury trial. And we're just going to say, you need to just dismiss this because it's garbage, and you're going to give us what we have spent in a defense against your so-called claim. That's technically not technical. I am going to place that response right here for you to see, and you can pause this and make sure that you read it. Now, with that being said, do me a favor and subscribe, like, and don't forget our 7,000 subscriber giveaway. It's so important because I'm going to be giving away 2 Kipper decks to 2 different people. We're going to have this drawing. YouTube is not involved. It is just something that True Oracle and I are collaborating on, and we want you to have these. Plus, I'm going to be giving away a reading with me, a video reading where you ask 2 questions, I do the reading, and I send you the link, and it's yours to keep forever and ever. So, if you would like to order a reading, I'm going to put a link in the description, and you can do that now or at your convenience. And don't forget to find me on Patreon, and I'll leave that link as well, because over there we talk about other little ditties and other little things that normally we can't talk about here. So let's get started. I want to do a reading on the general feel and what is going on now with this particular lawsuit. I have the Mythic Tarot deck. This deck seems to gravitate to this case, and while it's doing that, we're going to go with the flow. I have another tarot deck we're going to confirm with, and that's the Vintage Tarot. Now you know, in the Hand of Fate, this is the Piatnik deck. 36 cards written in 6 different languages. It's so interesting. And then we have our friend, the Kipper deck. We're going to be picking some cards. I have some other cards that are going to make a little appearance that I know you all love. And let's get started. All right. I'd like to know in the comments what you all feel about this lawsuit. Anyway, our opinions. I'm not law enforcement. I'm not medical. I'm not anything. I'm a card reader. We're going to check the energy to see. We're going to check this energy to see what's going on. And now we're going to cut the deck and we're going to pick some cards. I like picking the cards, don't you? I like this. All right, so we're going to see what card comes out. Spirits, Guides, Angels for this particular situation. And there is our first card. Ready? Here you are. Oh my. Sometimes this stuff stuns me. I know it does you too. Second card. Remember, it's a wrongful death suit. This card stopped and I ignored it, so we're going to pick it. Concern. Oh yeah, I would say this is going to be concerning. Thoughts. You know, it's Paul O'Keefe that's leading the pack on this. And I have to wonder about the money situation. And you're hearing my cats in the back. Oh my goodness. There's John. Because that's what this is all about, right? A wrongful death over Officer John O'Keefe. One more. Anyway, what I was saying is, my darlings, I'm wondering if this is, in my opinion now, is this just a money grab to seeing who can sell? Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to put this to the side. All right, and you're hearing my cats They have a new scratch pad. And I tell you what, I'm about to move to places unknown. I've been hearing that all day. I may as well have bought them a drum kit. All right, so here we are. The coffin, I think it's self-explanatory with John O'Keefe. There is definitely a concern about what is going on. And I'm going to pick out this because you see we've got flowers here and flowers here. So it's definitely the concern. My concern, in my opinion, if I were the O'Keefe family, would be finding out who really did this and not trying to make waves in the community or open up a can of worms. Because I'm going to tell you something, I never have. I don't see where C.F. McCarthy's insurance is going to pay. I don't believe that the Waterfall is. And I believe they have opened Pandora's box. They being Paul O'Keefe and his family. Thoughts. Thoughts about Karen doing this. Thoughts, this is Paul. Thoughts about Karen. What can they make stick? You see, he's being creative. These are paintings. These are art brushes. These are, you have to really look at this and you have to think, what have they created? Is this a situation they're not going to get out of? Of course, we have Officer John O'Keefe, and if you Google his image, you're going to see an image that looks very familiar to this. The house. What can I say? This house. If once again, I'm not a lawyer, but if it were my brother or my sister that passed away at the hands of someone, I think that I would direct my lawyer to look into why aren't they suing the Alberts? Have you ever thought about that? It was on their property. Wasn't there? Why was John there at the property? Why aren't they suing Karen? John's body was found on the front lawn. Maybe it can't be done. Maybe it could be. But I'm going to tell you, in these types of lawsuits, it's pretty much you just, you grab the paper boy and you start naming all of them in hopes that one person will do the job. Let's lay out this mythic tarot. Now that we have a foundation, and I do believe that the concern is, are they going to win or not? This has got to be costing the O'Keefe family a nice big chunk of coins. The Nine of Wands comes out. The Seven of Wands come out. Yep. Why do these things not surprise me? The Fool. We could stop here. The Queen of Cups, and that's Karen. Putting this to the side. Nine of Wands, selecting, I'm going to say that, selecting a decision of what to do, selecting what Paul and his family, and I don't think all of them are in agreement. I don't think Mr. O'Keefe, I don't believe that Mr. O'Keefe is 100% for this. I think that he's in the back of his mind thinking that 1 and 1 doesn't add up. So, and just as I said that, you hear Shaggy, so that's confirmation from the universe, right? Okay, so you see that this is tumultuous, turmoil. They made a choice to go on this journey, and yet look at these raging seas. No, not a good choice. However, this is a choice that they've made, and you can't turn back. That's what that is. Seven of Wands, also a fire element. coming against people, the O'Keefe family against Karen Reed, the Waterfall, C.F. McCarthy's, and the community. Starting a contest. I almost said the word. I don't know why. But you know what word I mean. And it's not good. You see the action in this card. Fire element. Their emotions are raging right now. The Fool. Well, it doesn't mean the Fool. It's not the face value, but what it does mean is that this is the beginning. This is the beginning. It's like stepping off. You wipe the slate clean, and now you're gonna start getting the answers. This does not look good because, well, they're thinking that the Queen herself, Karen Reed, is going to be emotional, fall apart, and settle. They're thinking that she needs to settle. She's not going to settle, my dear. I don't see anything paying. She's not going to give them one dime. She's already helped Paul O'Keefe. You all know about that one. Bailed him out. She's not going to do it again, and I'm sorry, some cards flipped over. She's not going to do that again, and here we are. The Page of Wands, that is, pardon me, a notification of more to come. King of Pentacles, asking for more money. So this is just the start, my friends. This is just the start. Yes, the Yes card. 9 of Cups. And the 7 of Coins. You see this Page of Wands here. He's dressed really nice. He's been through the thick and the thin, but he's coming out looking pretty good. But he's looking up, and he's looking for opportunity. Do you think maybe Paul leading the family into thinking this is an opportunity for them to get more money? Maybe. Maybe. Could be. Maybe. In my opinion. The King of Pentacles, he who has the gold rules. It's not Paul. It's not the O'Keefe family. And when I say this, I'm not cutting them down. I don't want you to believe that. But what I believe is that C.F. McCarthy and Waterfall don't have a pony in this race. So they're basically saying, okay, you want to fight? Because the bottom line is this. I'm going to tell you, now I'm no legal expert, but in my experience and in my opinion, I will tell you this, what I know. And that is, in cases like this, you drain the other party financially. That is, other than defending yourself, that is a strategy in a lot of these civil lawsuits. And there we go with the scratch pad again. So, C.F. McCarthy's and Waterfall response will be soon. But C.F. McCarthy's, and I'm sure that Karen has hers drafted, but C.F. McCarthy's, my darlings, they have enough behind them. They're not going to put up, they can milk. They'll milk this case. They can take this beyond January 7th. They don't have to have this done before the next court date for Karen, which I don't believe is going to happen. They'll take it beyond. They can drag this out. They can ask for depositions. They can ask for all kinds of things. And the same thing with Karen, same thing with Waterfall. I'm not a lawyer now, remember, but just in my own observation. This 9 of Cups card, agree with me. Pretty much saying, yeah, they can do all that. Paul O'Keefe's family can ask for whatever they want. Doesn't mean they're going to get it. This is just the first leg of the race. This is a card that basically says, keep watch, because now we're going to see this consistent type of thing. Now they're going to say, okay, we'll take it to a jury trial. Because here, remember, they named Karen, they named C.F. McCarthy's, and they named Waterfall. Each one of them can have an independent, in my opinion now, can have an independent case, independent trial. Do you know how much money that's going to cost the O'Keefe family? Nobody's going to do this for free. If they do have a lawyer that would do it on a contingency basis, he's going to tell them, look, I want 50% if we get anything. So, in my experience, 50% of nothing is pretty much nothing, right? Remember, I'm not a lawyer, but let's think through this, because it's all about using our noodle at this part, right? Here comes the Piotnik. Jealousy. And do I think that Paul was jealous of John O'Keefe all day long? Every day, all day. Widower. That is basically a card that tells us that they experienced loss. So, there we go. A journey. Oh yeah, get ready. This is going to be a long ride. Fidelity, meaning loyal. Paul is definitely loyal to the cause. Taking on a lawsuit like this, and here we go with the judge card. So now we know that it is definitely, I mean, isn't this amazing though? Now we know that it's definitely going to go to trial. Unless this case gets dismissed. Look, anything is possible, as I want to say. Here comes the cartomancy deck. The Six of Clubs. And just as I thought, my darlings, we'll talk about that when the time comes. Just as I thought, and just as I thought here. Five of Diamonds. Joker. Yeah, this is a joke, all right. The Jack of Hearts. An immature male. I think that is Paul. And the Four of Spades. Not pretty cards, putting these to the side. This Six of Clubs, my darlings. This is a card that basically is describing the situation for Paul in a nutshell. Money worries, a need for caution, basically saying there that he is in need of money. He's trying to get help with money, and for him not to overspend. What he is about to be spending on lawyers, they can drop this only if they run out of money. And quite frankly, that's going to be a part of this, is to bleed him dry. There's other moving parts in this well, and we don't need to get into that. However, I will tell you, it's the same strategy that the CW uses for Karen. Keep filing, keep filing, keep filing, because when you do that, when you do the things that the CW has done, and you keep dragging it out, it costs money. CW is using taxpayer money. I mean, their idea is, we don't care. But as far as Karen is concerned, she has to pay for every phone call that she makes to her defense team. Everything that she discusses, she pays for. And their strategy is, if she's not pleading, we'll bleed her dry. Well, they're not going to do that with David Yannetti and Alan Jackson and now Martin Weinberg. They're just not going to do that. It's not going to happen. The Five of Diamonds here tells how Paul wants an expansion. He wants to expand, expand his horizons, or maybe he just expanded his house. With what? I don't know. I can't accuse anyone, but I would like to know where those GoFundMe funds went. Were they supposed to go to the kids? Or what happened, Paul? Were you expanding? This Joker. Hidden things will be revealed in this case. Maybe just like with this GoFundMe. But there's some hidden things because now Karen, with this going to a jury, and I know that Karen's most likely going to follow suit if she hasn't already, they're going to open a can of worms. Karen and anyone can bring everybody in and ask for depositions. Oh, it ain't over, my darlings. It's just getting started. But this is on the civil side. They're going to ask for proof and all kinds of different things. It's a completely different thing. This is going to get good. Get your popcorn because there's some secrets that are about to come out, and Paul knows some of those secrets, and he's overlooking them, perhaps on purpose, in my opinion. This last card, very frustrated and very frustrating. Paul has some difficulty getting his point across. He has difficulty communicating with others, and he gets disappointed very quickly when he feels like things are getting out of control. Now, here is our little friend who's going to make an appearance. I know you all love this. These were my grandmother's cards. The Gypsy Witch playing card deck. Now, it's a combination of playing cards and maybe a little bit of Oracle, maybe a little bit of the Piotnik stuff. But I assure you, there's no gypsy, there's no witch. Just a cute little emblem, you can say for Halloween, but I like the kitty. So we're going to see what these cards have to say. Now, some of these cards, the meanings are a little old-fashioned. You're going to get it tickled out of some of this stuff, because I always do. Sometimes they talk about pigs and cows and geese and whatever, but it was back in the day. And I'm glad that this is kind of in its purest form. Let's pick some cards. Do you know who that is, my darlings? That King of Spades, that is a Virgo. Who's a Virgo? Uncle Brian Albert. Now there's a bride there. The bride is basically saying, you got to be careful of the placement of these cards, because if the bride shows up, it means that this person will have a very unfulfilled life. Well, aren't we getting good? Confirmation, the Four of Spades, my darlings. This basically is the all-seeing eye. But what does it say? It means that sometimes friends and family, but when you have this card, it signifies suspicion. Right there near the Joker. Isn't that funny? Six of Spades. The mouse. It denotes loss. It means that this is a loss by theft, or it can be a loss of life. And when the mice are shown, I'm going to show you this because I don't think you can see the mice very well. So when the mice show up, it also can mean that there is something eating at you. What is eating at Brian, Uncle Brian? Something's eating there. For him to, he comes up almost in every reading that we do. The King of Diamonds. And that is a letter. And it means unexpected news is coming. Well, I think Paul can expect some definite news. And look at this. This is a 7 of spades. And it is the clouds. You see this down here. When the dark side is near a person, it means definitely a cutaway. Can even mean a divorce. Can mean not a good situation and loss and lack. Well, there you have it. We're going to lay out a couple more cards as our parting today, my friends. But I saw this and I just wanted to share it with you. This Knight of Swords, the energy is basically, his nickname is the Lord of Wind and Breezes. Basically saying, you see this, the sword going off the frame of the card means that they ain't done yet. They're just now getting started. And now this is gaining momentum. Do you see this? This lawsuit is starting to gain momentum. They're not in the thick of it yet, but they're getting there. And they're going to have to head this on straight on. I think that, frankly, Paul and some of his family members thought that everybody would just cave. Oh my. Would cave, and we would see people settling because that's what people do. No, no, no. This is going to cost, somebody used a phrase the other day, bonehead. Okay, anyway, I don't know. The Hermit card. The Hermit card is Uncle Brian. He shows up in this. Why? Well, because there's some unfinished business. And the Hierophant, which is a spiritual card, which is also a Taurus. I did know what Paul's birthday was, but I don't remember. So, with that being said, the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, a fiery guy who's they're just getting started. That's what this means. The energy is just getting started. And believe me, this is Paul, because he is juggling things, thinking that his ship is about to land and come in. Oh, I'm sorry, Paul. I don't think that's going to be for a while, if ever. One last word from the House of Zelda before we say goodbye. And do me a favor, if you haven't ordered your video yet, please do me a favor and order it. I think you're going to just love it. Your video reading with me, and don't forget, come on over to Patreon. Unexpected news. That is absolutely correct, and we have that confirmation here. Wealth and abundance. That's what they were looking for. Things are starting to heat up, and look at that kitty. He's right by the fire. That's for sure. My darlings, I want to thank you for being here today. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are about this lawsuit, wrongful death lawsuit from the O'Keefe family. Let me know. They are the plaintiffs. And once again, C.F. McCarthy's is starting. They are leading the charge. Thanks again, everyone. I appreciate you being here. I love you. Subscribe. Shaggy loves you. Riley loves you. He's saying hello. And we're here. Thank you again, my darlings. And I will see you very, very soon. And you know what that means. Bye for now.